Borderlands, an action role-playing first-person looter-shooter video game franchise set in a space western science fantasy setting, created and produced by Gearbox Software and published by 2K for multiple platforms. The series consists of 7 games, each with multiple downloadable content packs. Borderlands, Borderlands 2, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and Borderlands 3, by 2K Australia. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a spin-off based on Borderlands 2's Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep DLC. Tales from the Borderlands is a spin-off episodic graphic adventure game by Telltale Games, and is followed up by new Tales from the Borderlands, developed by Gearbox Software. The series has received critical acclaim and commercial success for its loot-driven multiplayer co-op gameplay and its sense of humor. As of November 2022, more than 77 million copies of Borderlands games had been shipped, with 26 million from Borderlands 2. An additional 5 million copies of Borderlands 3 were sold within 5 days of release, bringing the total series net revenues to over $1 billion. This makes it one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time. A film adaptation of the series was released on the 9th of August 2024. Please excuse any mispronunciations by TTS. The English TTS has trouble with non-English words. But, if you watch Centurion, you should be fine. If you made it this far, comment Tiny Tina. And comment your favorite Borderlands game. Borderlands is a 2009 action role-playing first-person shooter video game developed by Gearbox Software and published by 2K. It is the first game in the Borderlands series. The game was released worldwide in October 2009 for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and Microsoft Windows, with the Mac OS X version being released on the 3rd of December 2010 by Feral Interactive. The game's story focuses on a group of 4 vault hunters, who travel to the distant planet of Pandora to search for the vault, which is rumored to contain advanced alien technology and other priceless riches. The hunters piece together clues to find the vault while battling the savage wildlife of Pandora, local bandits that populate the planet, and ultimately banding together to prevent the Atlas Corporation and its privately funded paramilitary forces from reaching the vault first. The game features the ability to explore the in-game world, and complete both main missions and optional side quests, either in single-player or online cooperative gameplay, with the latter providing additional options for duels and competitive PvP matches in designated areas. Gameplay features include access to various weapons and shields that vary in type and statistics, weapons with special elemental functions, each playable character having distinctive class types and unique abilities for combat, upgradable skills, and the use of 2-person vehicles. The game itself is rendered in cartoon-style graphics, to provide greater detail on weapons and environments, and was inspired by action role-playing games of the time, such as Ultima and Diablo. Borderlands sold over 2 million units by the end of 2009. It is considered to be one of the greatest video games ever made. Its success spawned 4 DLCs. The Zombie Island of Dr. Ned in November 2009, Mad Mox's Underdome Riot in December 2009, The Secret Armory of General Knox in February 2010, and Claptrap's New Robot Revolution in September 2010. And 3 follow-ups, Borderlands 2 in September 2012, Borderlands, the pre-sequel in October 2014, and Borderlands 3 in September 2019. A remastered version titled Borderlands Game of the Year enhanced for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, was released on the 3rd of April 2019, which features graphical enhancements and gameplay improvements backported from Borderlands 2. The remastered version was released for the Nintendo Switch alongside Borderlands 2 and Borderlands, the pre-sequel as part of the Borderlands Legendary Collection in May 2020. Gameplay. Borderlands includes character-building elements found in role-playing games, leading the developer Gearbox Software to call the game a role-playing shooter. At the start of the game, players select one of 4 characters, each with a unique special skill and with proficiencies with certain weapons. From then on, players take on missions assigned through non-player characters or from bounty boards, each typically rewarding the player with experience points, money, and sometimes a reward item. Players earn experience by killing both human and non-human foes and completing in-game challenges. As they gain levels from experience growth, players can then allocate skill points into a skill tree that features 3 distinct specializations of the base character. Players can distribute points among any of the specializations, and can spend an amount of in-game money to redistribute their skill points. Players start the game with the ability to equip 2 weapons and later gain up to 4 weapon slots, as well as slots for an energy shield, a grenade modification, and a class modification. Items collected can be sold back at vendors for money that then can be used to buy better items. One of the key features of Borderlands is the randomly generated weapons and items created either as dropped by enemies, found in storage chests about the game, on the ground, sold at vendors in the game, or as quest reward items. The game uses a procedural content creation system to create these weapons and items, which can alter their firepower, rate of fire, and accuracy, add in elemental effects such as a chance to set foes on fire or cover them in burning acid, and at times other special bonuses such as regenerating the player's ammo. A color-coded scale is used to indicate the rarity of the weapon or item. According to Gearbox developers, the random system could generate around 16 to 17 million variations of weapons. The procedural system is also used to create the characteristic of random enemies that the player may face. This allows for enemies of the same species to have widely varying attacks. For example, variations of spydrants in the game could leap around and would jump onto players' faces, while another variant can roll up into a ball and attack people, depending on their content generator. When in combat, the player can take damage if their shield is depleted, affecting their health. If they lose all their health, they must either wait to be revived by another player or attempt to kill an enemy to achieve a second wind, or otherwise will be regenerated back at the last new U station that they passed, losing a ratio-appropriate percentage of their money in the process. Players quickly gain access to 2 passenger vehicles, and can engage in vehicular combat with other enemies. Eventually, a system of fast transit points between the game world is available to the player. Until then, players must walk or drive between areas to get around. The game can be played alone, but also supports 2-player cooperative play through split screen on consoles, and up to 4 players playing cooperatively online or over LAN. The game follows the progress of the host player, rewarding the other active players for completion of quests for their characters. If the other players are doing the same quests in their campaign, the completed quests remain the same in their campaign as well as the host's. When more players are present, the game alters the statistics of the generated enemies, balancing the game due to the larger number of players. Players can take part in one-on-one duels anywhere in the game world, or can visit arenas in the game world to participate in free-for-all, 2-on-2 or 3-on-1 combat battles with their fellow players. The original title as shipped for Windows used GameSpy servers for multiplayer modes. As a result of GameSpy's shutdown in 2013, 2K Games patched the game and moved the servers to Steam, as well as providing Steam activations of the game for those that purchased the title through retail channels. Synopsis. Setting. Borderlands is set in the distant future at a time when various megacorporations seek control of planets to colonize and mine for their mineral wealth and resources. Prior to the events of the game, the Atlas Corporation, one of the major megacorporations, uncovered an ancient alien vault filled with advanced weapons technology, allowing them to rapidly overtake their competitors. Finding similar ruins of the same alien architecture on the planet Pandora, Atlas sought to settle the planet in hopes of finding more alien technology, but were forced to abandon their plans due to a failure to find any alien technology on the surface, and being unprepared for the dangerous wildlife coming out during their stay. After their departure, the Dahl Corporation, another megacorporation, colonized the planet to secure its vast deposits of minerals, using large amounts of convict labor for the mining operations, while initiating their own search for a vault. Their research team's efforts to find the vault were headed up by Patricia Tanis, a respected xenorchaeologist. Despite losing all of her colleagues to the planet's wildlife and being driven partially insane herself, Tanis found proof that a vault does exist on Pandora. Her news was intercepted by Atlas, who sent its private military force, the Crimson Lance, to kidnap Tanis and get the vault's location from her. Faced with their invasion, Dahl abandoned the planet, taking only the wealthy colonists with them, and leaving the remaining population to scavenge for a living amongst the barren wastelands and industrial trash heaps across the planet. To make matters worse, the convict labor was allowed to go free, leading them to form gangs of bandits that terrorize the local populace. Despite the circumstances, the vault and its rewards transformed into a legend that attracts mercenary vault hunters to the planet. Characters. There are 4 playable characters featured in the game for players to choose from. Brig, a large, powerful man, who operates as a berserker. Lilith, a woman with powerful alien abilities, operating as a siren. Mordecai, a skilled marksman with an avian companion named Bloodwing, operating as a hunter. And Roland, a former member of the Crimson Lance, operating as a soldier. Each character's class defines the style of weaponry they specialize in, along with the unique skill they can use. Brig can enter a rage state for increased melee strength and a short period of health regeneration. Lilith can turn invisible to enemies, moving much faster in this state, and capable of shock blasts when entering and exiting this state. Mordecai can call his companion to attack enemies in his crosshairs, and Roland can utilize an automated turret to take on enemies, and provide additional cover. Plot. Borderlands begins sometime after the Dahl Corporation's abandonment of the planet Pandora. 4 vault hunters Brig, Lilith, Mordecai, and Roland arrive in search of the fabled vault. After discovering the town of Fairstone, the Vault Hunters begin to receive psychic instructions from a mysterious woman known as the Guardian Angel. The Vault Hunters meet a CL-4PTP or claptrap robot and a doctor named Zed who help them establish a reputation by killing several bandit leaders, eventually leading to the collection of an alien artifact, being the first piece of a key needed to open the vault. This causes Patricia Tanis, Dahl's former archaeologist still in residence on the planet, to contact the Vault Hunters, revealing that the vault can only be accessed once every 200 years and that the time of the next opening is approaching. Tanis also explains that 3 more artifacts are needed to complete the vault key. Meanwhile, Commandant Steele of the Crimson Lance, a well-outfitted military force led by the Atlas Corporation, threatens to declare martial law and demands the vault key pieces. The Vault Hunters secure the second and third pieces by following Tanis' instructions, but the final piece, supposedly in the possession of a bandit lord named Baron Flynt, turns out not to be where it was expected. Steele contacts the Vault Hunters to reveal that there are in fact only 3 pieces and that Tanis has betrayed and misled them. Steele then disables the planet's echo network, preventing further communication with the Guardian Angel and anyone else. The Vault Hunters infiltrate the Crimson Lancers' headquarters and find Tanis imprisoned. She claims she was forced into betrayal and urges the Vault Hunters to restart the echo network and stop Steele and the Crimson Lance before they reach the vault. After restoring the network, the Guardian Angel directs the Vault Hunters toward Steele's location. During the final approach to the Vault Hunters encounter Crimson Lance forces already locked in combat with the Vault's alien guardians. The Vault Hunters finally arrive at the Vault only moments too late to stop Steele from using the key. When the Vault opens, a giant monster emerges and wipes out Steele and the rest of her troops. The Guardian Angel explains that the monster is called the Destroyer and was imprisoned in the Vault long ago by the Eridians, the alien race who left behind the ruins and created the Vault, in order to prevent the destruction of the universe, and that the Guardians were posted to prevent anyone from opening it. Although the Vault Hunters kill the Destroyer, the Vault is resealed for another 200 years. The Guardian Angel is revealed to be transmitting her signals through a Hyperion satellite in orbit high above Pandora. The game ends with the satellite sending a signal to a Claptrap robot on the planet, changing it into an interplanetary ninja assassin. Continued in the plot of the DLC Claptrap's New Robot Revolution. Downloadable content. The Zombie Island of Dr. Ned is the first installment of downloadable content for Borderlands and includes new quests, items, and enemies, including werskags and various zombies. The storyline takes place in an area known as Jacob's Cove, which is a small town built by the Jacobs Corporation. Dr. Ned had been in charge of keeping the workers of Jacob's Cove alive, but ended up transforming them into zombies. The main plot revolves around finding previous visitors to Jacob's Cove and investigating Dr. Ned himself after the Jacobs Corporation becomes suspicious of his work. The playable area includes a large outdoor map with several further areas branched from the main zone, including a dark, abandoned version of previous area Old Haven. The installment was released for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions on the 24th of November 2009, which was celebrated with a trailer. The PC version was released via Steam with SecuROM on the 9th of December 2009. Mad Max's Underdome Riot is the second piece of DLC for Borderlands. It features 3 new Riot arenas: Hellberg Pier, the Gully, and Angelic Ruins, and storage for players' items. The plot of the DLC is Moxie, a crazed lover who is setting out to find her 4th husband, leading her to make the arenas in the DLC. Players fight several of the game's enemies, including bosses, in arenas. No experience is gained from killing enemies in the arena battles, but experience can be gained from completing challenges or quests in the arena. New game modes are added, such as low-gravity fighting, enemy health regeneration, and shieldless fighting. It was released on the 29th of December 2009 for the Xbox 360 and was released the 7th of January 2010 for the PlayStation 3 and PC. The Secret Armory of General Knox was unofficially announced on the 21st of January 2010 via the official Gearbox forums, posted by Gearbox level designer Jason Rice, saying the pack will increase the level cap to level 61, and is the biggest DLC we have made. A tweet by Gearbox creative director Mike Newman on the 21st of January 2010 said the pack would also include more Scooter, who is a character in the game. This was followed by an official announcement from Gearbox via Gearboxity on the 29th of January 2010, confirming the release, level cap increase, brand new weapons, and brutal, never-before-seen enemies in a huge new environment complete with tons of brand new missions. The plot of this DLC revolves around Athena, a rogue agent for Atlas who is self-described as the best, a woman sick of Atlas lies who wants to bring them to their knees, and General Knox, Steele's superior, a man with extreme loathing for his job to the point of literally hating his life, who is tasked to destroy Athena and the protagonists. Along the way you also run into Moxie, who aids the player in taking on Atlas as well if you help her face down her ex-husband, and Scooter, who reveals he is related to Moxie. The DLC package became available the 23rd of February for Xbox 360, and the 25th of February for PlayStation 3 and PC. On the 3rd of March 2010, 2K officially announced a fourth piece of downloadable content, stating that they will continue to support the title with more add-on content, and our approach to digital content for Borderlands gives Take-Two a roadmap for other titles going forward. On the 15th of July 2010, General Noxxer's Twitter page was updated for the first time in months, stating that he had new orders sent from the future. On the 30th of July 2010, Randy Pitchford, co-founder of Gearbox Software and current CEO, announced via Twitter regarding the content: "I get a lot of questions about more DLC for Borderlands. Yes, more is coming. T2 already said so. Let's talk soon." On the 5th of August 2010, a long list of content that was supposedly going to be included in the content was posted on the Gearbox forums by forum user Legendrew. The data was gathered from files in the 1.31 update for the PC version of Borderlands. On the 11th of August 2010, 2K confirmed the title of the content, Claptrap's New Robot Revolution, and its main premise. The DLC has 21 missions split between 9 main missions and 12 side quests, 2 new skill points, and 6 additional backpack slots. The game focuses around a rogue army of brainwashed claptraps led by CL4PTP, Interplanetary Ninja Assassin, the same claptrap that is seen getting struck by lightning just after the end credits of the main game, who plan to destroy humanity for their mistreatment, along with an army of familiar enemies transformed into claptrap styles, i.e., crab traps, rat traps, and skag traps. A wide variety of old cast members return alongside new faces. New fast travel destinations were also expected, a first for Borderlands DLC, but ultimately they were not included. On the 5th of September 2010, Pitchford announced at the Penny Arcade Expo that the release date was scheduled to be the 28th of September 2010. Pitchford also announced a free patch to increase the level cap by 8 for all players to a maximum of level 69 or 58 for those without Noxxer's Armory, regardless of whether the expansion had been purchased. Sequel. A sequel, Borderlands 2, was announced on the 2nd of August 2011, for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows platforms. The game was also developed by Gearbox Software and distributed by Take-Two Interactive, and was released on the 18th of September 2012. The game features many technical improvements and follows 4 new Vault Hunters, 6 with the downloadable characters added later, on Pandora as they battle Handsome Jack and the Hyperion Corporation.